Anytime I meet Mr. F.P. Mensah, I call him a master because of the gift and the knowledge he has. His core mandate is to help you wake up from your sleep. That's one. Number two is to help you realize yourself, the self which is the Christ consciousness inside you. Anything possible that you need to know so that you can grow, that is exactly what he teaches. My name is Mensah Bwakwa. This is Mensah TV. I am here inside Kaswa, and I'm here to speak to Mr. F.P. Mensah. Today we are talking about the 12 houses. In normal terms, we would call it the months of the year, and color resolutions that you need to really have on to make sure you take charge of the days of the month, which days you're supposed to wear what, when you're not supposed to wear what. Take this religiously. If people are paying millions of Ghana cedis to get this, and I'm giving it to you free. We are offering this information free of charge. Please watch the video over and over and over and over, please, so that you can really follow. As we're putting the information on the screen, you will learn from it. Help your society around you as we are helping you to wake up. Please, if your brother is sleeping, wake your brother too up. Africa must rise again. Let's go back to our roots. I'll be right back as we start the conversation. Senior Kwaba.
You
be able to call there. Who the shall say about to see at home fire? Go on and match a 5G. Your pata crazy. Yeah, that's it. The other day we were talking about the colors and its planet and its influence on us. I want us to do the second section, which goes deeper into the 12 houses, which is the 12 months we have, but then in different language. Please remember, it is not called 12 months. It is 12 houses. So remember, so that you understand each house and how it operates. So if you use the zodiac signs, for example, to tell the 12 houses, the constellations and how it operates. So that is what we're going to deal with. But then it has a direct bearing effect on you. So you must understand and learn and know how to relate when issues are happening, how you handle it. Take us through these houses, the dates in relation to it, and how beneficial this can be to our daily lives.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to thank your audience for their time and everything that they use. Time is the most essential thing in the universe, that when somebody uses 1 minute on you, you should appreciate. Because you see, the greatest present that you could ever give somebody is time. That is why the now, which is the definition of time, is called a present. And the gift is also called present. So the present moment of the greater gift is the present I present to you as my own present at the time and now.
Wow.
So if somebody spends time to listen to you, though we are helping them, but we should be grateful. So I would say I'm very much grateful for your time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Today we are going to talk about, as I said, we discussed, we are going to talk about the various houses. You know, in the spiritual sense, transcendental sense, we don't say months, because months is somebody else's language, but we are all born. They say, you know, if you feel, we about 3 case of mine. I see if fear ben now free mo. I know not fear.
And I never see. I do never see.
So yeah, if you feel more, so we all come from houses. So that's why Jesus Christ talked about the fact that there are mansions in houses. So the colors we treated were the general colors that rules the various days and some of the attributes that you can have from them or benefit from them if you are to use them on those specified days. But this time around, we are going to want to go much more deeper so that we look at colors peculiar to specific houses. Now you know that say Moon's Day, which is the Monday, the color is white. But if it is Monday, that Monday you can combine it with your own peculiar color, which is your highest vibration, because your peculiar color raises your vibration level to its highest, irrespective of the planetary influence of the day ruling color. You get it?
I get it.
So it's just like, let me relate it to angelology. It says like, every day we have an archangel, and under the archangel we have the angels that are at work, and under the angels we have the celestial militia, which is our work.
Okay.
So the archangel is there for everybody. On that day, is the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
But there is the angel which is working for you.
Everybody has his own angel.
Working for you specifically. And under that angel that is working for you specifically, he has other servants. We call them the celestial militia.
Okay.
That are also working under some duty. So you resonate more with your angel because the archangel is not for you alone. It is for the whole of Saturday, the whole of that day. So likewise, when you pick the resonating color, infinite says is Sunday, and the color is yellow. It is the general resonating color in the whole of the universe, in the influence of the whole of the universe. The Abianayewu Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, and your color is blue. So then, when you are doing activities on that day, you combine the yellow with the blue
color.
So you have the general ruling influence of the color plus your highest vibratory influence, which is this time, and that color is influencing you alone. So that color makes you operate at your fullest potential. Then you combine it with the universal influence of the color, then it adds up to your vibratory influence. So we are going to take it throughout all the 12 houses, each house, the color and the kind of benefit we have from them, and then finally I'll tell you their vibratory frequency, the rate at which, the velocity at which they are vibrating, and then the density per square feet, the density per square feet, so that when you are dealing with yourself, you know exactly what colors I have to use and what colors I should not use. Okay. To also be or any relevant public gathering, and obviously blue, and also obviously white. Okay. Because I did a papa with the baby, I know she white. And the papa with the baby or white. Unti ase or not nyama bi ase. Nti se beto ba no be kan kwasa sem chekwa abubu fu be ye ya den no de no de we kan we di atom.
To me Saturday na me share black, me share atade red on Tuesday. At least my black should be part of what I'm wearing. Is that how it is?
When you are Saturday, we are Saturday born. So yes, Saturday born, the general ruling color is black or brown. But then what per your house, what is your actual color? Okay, so that's what you're about to do. Yes. Clear. So that the black is the general ruling color, or the brown is the general ruling color. So you would have to pick the black or the brown, then you combine it with your personal house influencing color. Then you are good to go. Wow. So let's start. Now we are taking it from 21st of March to 20th of April. 20th March to 20th of April. Anybody born within this period, 21st March, 22nd March, 23rd March, 24th March, 25th March. Check your date of birth. 28th March, now 30th, up to 20th of April. They are ruled by the planet Mars. So the color that is best for them, their highest resonation color that influences them best, is the red color. You get it? I get it. It's the red color. So when you are born, let's say 21st March, 22nd March, 23rd March, 24th March, and you are going to go somewhere on Monday, you can use the red color combined with white. But on Monday, it is white, which is the general color which is ruling, but your vibratory color is red. Wow. You get it? I get it. So you can combine that. So it is always advisable that you always maintain your master color. So if you are born on, let's say, as we said, if, the Mars Day, which is 21st March to 20th April, your master color is the red color. So as you put on red, every time you should have some red with you. So either it can be handkerchief, something close to you. I always prefer handkerchief. As I said, because you don't try to exhibit your itineraries. Spirituality, true spirituality must always be in secrecy. You don't exhibit them. So what do? You hide it somewhere? So that's what I'm saying. Handkerchief is always in your pocket. Because you know this will be do.
To only have the bubble, sir. But they are saying they come.
Yes. So
I
prefer using handkerchiefs.
Okay.
That's my preference. Or you use singlets.
So we are learning. So for example, if you have a child which resonates with this and is a school going child, you look for a bag that has red color in the
my son, when you send him to supermarket, you send him, even if you want to choose any food you want to, he wants red color because he knows that is the man's born, so he knows his color is red.
So you pick something that is close to that.
His eating bowl is red. Anything he loves the red, because I've indicated him that red is how you resonate better. He want a red pencil, he want a red colored eraser. Everything about him is red.
So you can also do so. Please follow this teaching. Share to the last person on this earth. Remember to subscribe to the channel because it's going to be back to back to back here with Mr. FP Mensah. We're going to learn so much. You have to learn. Nobody will teach you this. If you don't even have anything, take time and watch these videos. Take note out of them and help yourself. It's only when it's beyond your understanding that you seek him to assist you and to help you. If it goes beyond your understanding, wherever you are in the world, you can call his number. Most of these things can be done on phone. So many people have come through me to meet him, and it has been so wonderful. All the challenges they are going through, those that are having documentary issues out there, some you are not even supposed to be in foreign country at all. You understand these things well. When you come home, you also do well. So let's continue from there.
Yeah, so basically what I want to say is, especially with the children, don't let us think that let them know. Give them I like Whitney's song, but say give them a sense of pride. Give the children a sense of pride. So let the children know as early as they are, then it will grow up with it. The Bible says that train up a child the way he should grow, that when he grows he will not depart from it. If my son got to know this since when he was around 3-4 years, and now he understands his personality so well, there are things he knows. Last time we were here, then I wanted to test something. So Brother Moses was eating peanuts. So I asked him that he should give him some of the peanuts to see. I wanted to say, oh, see, and I just turned my attention off. So he called him that I should take the peanut. I was paying attention to what he was doing. So because I've trained them on concentration. So when he's doing something, if you really want to get his attention, you need to really keep tapping him before he will give you his attention. So he told us he wants to give me peanut. He said he doesn't want to, he won't eat it. Then he went back. Then I told you, ask him why. Then I was trying to ask him why his attention was still on the first one, and he told me that he was allergic to peanut. And that's as child as it is. So let's bring up the children in this things. Find a very nice way to let them know. Find a very playful way to let them know why they shouldn't do this and why they should do that. And when they grow, it's going to help them. So when you are within that range of the house of 21st March to 20th April, your color is red. Now what does it represent?
Talk to us.
Now with red as your secret color or master color, there's a tendency of it affecting your curiosity. Such people move from because of the influence of red. This is not about having the red color with you, but how it influences your personality, not yourself. But as I've said it times with that number, there's a difference between the personality
and the self.
So this is how it affects your personality. It gives you some sense of curiosity, and things gets you pissed off. The slightest offense gets you pissed off because of the influence of red on your personality. It gives you some kind of cheerfulness. Such people, they are very cheerful because red also cheers you up. Because that's why sometimes when you want to go for certain occasions, something that has to do with excitement and all, when you go to the nightclubs, you have all these reddish lights and all those things just to get people excited and very cheerful. It gives you some kind of romantic affection and passion as well. So when you go to romantic dinners and romantic environment, they use this red rose, red pink rose, red candles. They say dinner, we are going to have a dinner night. They call it red candle night. Yeah, they call it red candle night, where it's going to be one-on-one date or something like that. So it arouses passion and cheerfulness and affection. That's what the red actually does. In the negative sense, it influences anger. Anybody born under the influence of red,
so in relation to love, as you've said it, I didn't so anger or more don't say the anger there.
Yeah, that's why you need to get your balance. It's all, yes, it resonates. It's energy. What you give receptivity to is what is going to manifest. Because you know that every energy is dormant until you activate it.
Okay.
And that is why personal development is very, very important, so that you can know how to handle and activate what energy you want, what energy you don't want. One of the biggest problem of the people in our world is the problem between the relationship between attachment and detachment. You know, being able to use external availability of things within manifest creation as tools to achieve your objective. Instead of we use them as tools, we become attached to those things. And that is where the confusion starts. When you have this pen, it's just a tool. You use it to write. When it gets missing, that's fine, it's missing, you get another one. But when you become attached to it, you get furious at anybody around you, and whatever somebody says, you begin to fight the person, and because your pen is missing. I know somebody, when his car breaks down, not that he has an accident. When the car is faulty, he comes home and he's pissed off with his family. Not pissed off with her, he's pissed off with everybody. You know, those things. Why? Because the car, I say, until we just can't fit in shop. That is the level of attachment.
So it's your duty to control yourself.
Yes. So I'm using this one to explain the various influences of these colors. That yes, the influences are there, but you have to activate them. And this is why I am so bent on letting people realize the self. And I said I'm going to talk about the self until it sounds like a broken record. Okay. Because that is where the control comes from. You understand? Because once you are not attached to it, the self becomes detached, and you can now put them to use as tools rather than being emotionally attached to them. I know somebody that hit the sun. He bought a new white Jaguar. He's a very successful man. He bought a new Jaguar, white one, and he kind of, you know, so he on the back on it or so. Now he said, I thought he was going to wash it or something. In Ethiopia, for the back on who say the back on a glass, to say the bano air truck, car no. We didn't buy na background. The background of a car, tough from a ball. One say.
Yeah, the edge of a pavement doesn't.
No more pavement, no more tiles, not flowers, no more flower gardens and the water fountains, and anything ball pavement, you know. Or Rashikwa Hospital, Macrano, you couldn't make it.
Wow.
They got back and they started to go and see the scratches on his car. And you know what is written on the car? The son has written with, I don't know whether it's a pen or pencil, I don't know where it is written. This car is beautiful. I love this car, but I love my daddy more than this car. That day, the man dispatched the car from his house. So this is the level of what attachment can cause us to do.
So attached to the car, how much?
The small boy was rather detached, but the father was rather attached.
Detached in the sense that he respects the dad than the car. But the dad loved the car than the boy.
So this is the problem of the people of this world. And most of the chaotic situations we have created in our world and the kind of mess we have created in our world is that we love things more than people.
So how do we, can we really find a day and talk about detachment?
Yes, we can talk about it.
Let's move on with this so that we can exhaust this.
Yeah, so basically it has to do with, that's the negative aspect of it has to do with anger and confusion. It also has strong influence on sexuality and appetite.
Okay.
There's a very strong influence on sexuality. International says that in the previous video I talked about the fact that when they want to have romantic affairs and all those things,
they create that reddish environment.
Yeah, we told now, see, roses are red, violets are blue. You see. So now,
what about velocity and as you talk about?
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I just skipped that one. When it comes to the intensity of a red in terms of per square feet in terms of distance, it resonates at 39,180. That's the density of its energy. You get it? This is just giving a mathematical calculation of how it do, and it travels at the velocity of 477 billion per second.
Okay, so how influential it is. That is how deep it can go.
It can go.
Okay, so
And
when
I think
let's say the person is
I think this is the least.
Kaswa, and you see the red color, that can attract you. You still turn your head and what the person.
Yes, that is the influence. That it's able to travel to you and then pull your attention.
I get it.
You understand? And able to sustain your attention on the person. But I think this is the least of them all. The red is the least of them. That is why it has a tendency to create confusion.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we come to 21st April. The other one ended 20th April.
Yes.
So the second house is 21st April to 21st of May. And the color is green. That's a green color because it's when I talk about green color, you know from the previous video that then the person is resonating from the realm of love, which is Venus.
Nature.
Yeah, the realm of nature, the realm of love,
freshness,
the realm of beauty, and the
newness and all that.
And refreshment and all those things. Yeah, so it has to do with the balance between the mind and then the body. Because our previous video we recorded on the influence of diet and color and diet. We told you that the green color holds the magnetic and then the electric balance in the balance. So it deals with the balance of the body and then the mind. Magnetic aspect of your personality deals with the body, the lower field, and then the electrical aspect deals with the mind.
Body.
Yeah, the pineal gland, that's the mind and above. So that is what holds the body and mind in a balance. And it's pretty good for eyesight.
Okay.
Very, very good for eyesight. I was telling my wife, was like, now I didn't know you back when we need wait. I'm saying, me time. I couldn't drive in the evening. No. Like this one, right now I could read this, then I can't read. No, I can't.
Unless you put on the
very guys, like as we talk right now, I can read 47,460 per square feet, 577 billion vibrations per second. I could read them. You understand? I just do 1 day of a green eye exercise, and now I can drive in the evening. But time I spent me consistently for 7 days. We 1 day afternoon keke. Because I couldn't read, I couldn't do. When I see you, I see shadows. So, and you remember me driving to me, I could be about 4:35. I need to rush home. And yes, I about 6 going. I sent me park if I can't be here.
Oh, so only that was enough to change the way
for that afternoon, keke.
Wow.
Just for that afternoon. I remember when I was at Dansuman and I was in town when they called me that my secretary was feeling dizzy and his eye was paining her and all this things. So one of the boys, the designers, called me. So in the compound there was green grass in the compound. Into business of when I say Wakakodami office, so I had a couch in my office, 3-in-1 couch in my office. I was Wakakodami office. So no, because I don't lock my office because there are certain
things they might take there.
Inks we store it there. So that's why I called on my office and I'm saying I'm friend on who name him. Non park when I not cut if you run green grass no more. You should just often gesi grass nessa my name blanket or brea non blanket on some start even grazer. Until about 3 minutes later to 5 minutes and I'm a prophet say I can't just sorry no. I feel a bit more coffee. So it's fine. The dizziness is set, everything is fine.
So is it not just green color or unless you want the natural green?
Not necessarily natural green.
So if you see
the natural green is best because its resonation is higher. Okay. We are talking about color. So if you even have a green color,
you watch it and
it's fine because that is its resonation. It's very, very fine.
Wow.
Very, very fine.
So any other house can also do the same.
Yes,
not necessarily you have that challenge.
Okay. Let's but it works more with people in this particular house.
You
understand? Yeah. So when it comes to its vibration per inch, it is 47,460 per inch. That is the influencer unya. And then the vibration traveler ultimate travel no, it's 577 billion vibration per second. So it's a cost speaker winner is 477 billion, but this is 577. I think this is next to the violet color.
Okay. Now, so for example, as we've done the days, if you are Sunday and you're wearing white and you fall within this greenhouse, yes, then you combine both the white and the green. I get it.
You are fine.
Okay.
I just say very nice combination. Then that is fine. In terms of hospitals, certain
nurses for green and white.
Yes, there's a reason why. And there are certain nurses who almost wear pink and white. Community nurses wear brown and green. And I know the influence of color because apart from spirituality, per my own professional upbringing, my professional work, I studied what we call color psychology.
Wow.
Yeah, color psychology in graphic designing for 1 whole year. So before even I came to spirituality, I understood how color affected people in designing, how color affected people in interior decoration, because I did the interior decoration for 1 semester. So I understood the effect of color before even coming to spirituality. So before even coming to the part of spirituality, I knew color has profound effects on people. So I could go to people's houses and I see the paint in their houses. I know their birthday and I know they are making it wrong. Certain colors in your hall would always make you quarrel with your wife. When you're watching television, you would never agree. You always the fact that you sit under that kind of color scheme in your hall, you always have confusion with your wife. To watch somebody, even or the wife you show television, I'll say on the wife they show television. Assume the television. But when they go to the bedroom, they can chat. Much matter bedroom hours, but more on the television, and there was confusion. And these are practical things that are happening to people.
Let's continue.
So now let's go to the 3rd house, which is 22nd May to 21st of June, which is yellow color. Okay, it is Mercury, but Mercury we all know is a mist color. But the best color you have to choose out of the mist color is the yellow color.
If you are May 22nd to June 2nd.
Yes, the best color you have to choose is the yellow color within the mist color. That means you can add other colors, but let the yellow color be predominant because it has more influence on that house. Now what happens is that when you come to its density per square, it's 44,000 per square feet in terms of density, and then its velocity has to do with 535 billion per second.
Wow.
So that's how far it travels to have influence on people. In terms of say, "Wait, you are baby na nkofo agada no be jam over so na point to be." Why would you know
Point another person.
Obi owo with chin point say bra bra. And I be I mako juma ye libres, that casual libres, omagada. Former no oba akra no one no say me da be one fresh akra no one.
Oh no, take one no. Akala na chino.
Because all color no travel faster than all them. To man so na eno na train no. Because see, the eye don't see, it's the mind that sees. You see, and the mind uses the eye as an optical lens to see.
Wow.
So our eyes is made up of crystal ball. In a crystal, it only reflects the external so that the mind can see through the external. So in one day, I dream in one day, and that's sometimes me share. Was obviously I say oh I'm a michael. Also, oh, my dream because the mind is not there.
Wow.
So that's how the whole thing is. Until said, oh, she color, now Miss color, now you're tifa, now you're pair idea, now you're per se select idea. So color no resonate. Our attention no come on the pacono so more than the pacono color no resonate. I'll give you one classical scenario. So many years ago, I think during when Mama became, I don't know my mess regime or so, and I'm also my contract or something like we tender for a contract. So madam for one of my friends, or say we should go and submit the documents for contract. So we call ministry hall. No, I had my construction certificate. I know also Rose construction certificate. When we got there, they said there's only one contract, and they had Nancy said the money per back home. Oh no, only the back home. Me the friend as a friend says I mean some opportunity I say so for the brand now me feel say a doors but I call naka only one. Now papa in the no be sure about taking a dinner particular details now before I work off photocopy be sure the now work off photo document okra your documents to know what say me there on the left no me there on the right and I'm madam for the one on the left, but because I knew certain things when I was going, the perfume that I use, the color I was wearing, and everything was in a perfect balance. Into no crab, me there no one
right,
and no crab madam for the one left. I am madam no nim to call madam introduce you say oh me na honorable CCC and be who say also but opportunities have to only one and you are two, so what do I do until crowd no just you want the same certificate, the same qualification, the same everything is the same. No certificate is higher than the other. Until crowd just na okay me there when right and okay no the right in the try the ideal and then obey.
Oh, so we not to
right them they are two. Now we them they are two. Now I happen on the two. Because you needed only one. But what is they put the left down, took mine to his right, and then started writing my name. And then Madam say, oh, say it is me that the honorable say, yes, I know. But you came here before. You came here last week before, and I told you to go and come. Yes, I know, but I want to write this name. It's vibration, it's energy. What may I say? Because something appealed to him not because of the certificate. The certificates are the same. What appealed to him? Because the name on the certificate is even calculated. It didn't have the two company no. It's calculated to merit what the company does. There was only two companies didn't care. It didn't that the resonation of your company name should be able to resonate with the type of profession or the type of services you are rendering.
To inquire also son.
Yeah, so you will need to change the name. That's why some companies workers say change of name. Yet be like in a man and not why change of name. I just say. I remember Dr. Japon said something. I say he's proud of the Zoom Lion colors. One of I watched it on the he said nothing will make him change the colors. He's proud of it. So anyway, we're gonna worship it. So life is full of secrecy, and you must understand the secrets of life. Now let's go to the effects that it's going to have when in the third house. It gives you, it's an intellectual color. Yellow is an intellectual, we talked about it already. It's an intellectual color. Those who are in the area of invention, okay, and innovation should use a lot of yellows within their space, their offices or their work area, because it works on your intellect. It gives you the opportunity to connect to higher intelligences that works within the area of inventions. It gives you, and the reason why you need to have it in that space is because it gives you an original idea. You understand? So you would understand why you have the color in this office like that. You understand?
I get it. I get it.
You get it, okay?
I get it.
So because we are going to deal with more of intellectual things, so you must have some color that has. And I decided to tone it down so that it shouldn't be too much. The intensity has to be too much because there has to be a balance between what I am thinking between the material space and what you are hearing from the outside. So when it is deep yellow, it will be too much intense that you cannot process it within your lower space. So tone the yellow down so you operate on the average, so that you can now marry between within the external space and what is coming from the internal space.
Wow.
So and by so doing, because it gives you, because of the white content within the toning down of the yellow, we call it the tinting of the yellow, at the same time you are receiving from the receptive level, you have a calming effect. So you don't agitate. So yeah, you can sit here and talk about intellectual things for hours and hours and hours, and you never feel sleepy. You never feel exhausted. So it's well calculated. So those are, so if you are the one to deal with something which is intellectual, you want to deal with original idea, inventive ideas, you have to deal with yellow and all other tints and shades of yellow. Okay. Because you know colors come in either it's tinted or shaded. When we say a color is shaded, when it's a color that you add a little bit of black to darken it down, and when a color is tinted, you add a little bit of white to tone it down. So those are the shades of color. So you need to get all those things in place. Now it also deals with psychic abilities. Yes, we are still talking about what we are doing. Psychic abilities. It gives you artistic qualities, symbolizes riches, honor, wealth, and kinship. And that is why when we are here for metal, you should gold, which represent yellow, kinship, honor. We person how much is worth. It shows in the level of gold and all those things. So that is what the third house stands for. So when you are within the third house and you are working within these areas, they say, oh, to me, because that is the energy that's resonating within your space. What you want to say? And already it is Mercury working, and Mercury is money. You know that.
Wow.
Mercury is money.
Yes.
So you need to. So we are saying you are doing something related to businesses and all those things, and it's all struggle too much to make money as a third house born.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And once the faculty be ready, I could share cool money. Yeah, clean a comma.
Yes, that is the problem. I remember when I painted my second office. My first office was in Adabaka. When I painted my second office in Dansuman, when everybody that would be watching like this. Obi between my office. And my papa Adam for be a friend or got me so rest in peace friend Mr. Jordan. And also Abimu Kakra. Or Shimu Kakra. Inti obesra me, onim papa besra me. Oba Ghana no my father so mama share be my officer. Odu get an also hey friend Okala we there. You understand?
And that part.
Yes, because I use tinted purple with violet.
Wow.
So I was looking at the violet to expel external energies that because I had a lot of competitors around me opposite my shop. Opposite my office was doing the same work and it was there before I went. So I had to take a lot of things from. They did so many things, but at the end of the day, the divinity decision.
So you got the next one.
So now the fourth house, which is June 22nd to July 22nd, that has to do with the moon of the month. So that is white color, and that color deals with purity. It deals with victory. So that's why so bikono okudi kune wakota. The next thing they do is that they put
powder,
white powder. And I say, oh, the tomato white because it's a symbol of victory. It gives you victory. It is the color of Christ consciousness. It's the highest resonating color within manifest creation. It is the color of light, the logos. It is the color that represents the self. But the light is white. It is the color of perfection. It is the supreme power within manifest creation. It's the supreme color within manifest creation. So the Christ consciousness we talk about, which is the self. And there's nothing where they talk about Christ here and there. It's all talking about the self. That is the beingness. And the color that is synonymous to the self is the white. But the white has all colors and reflects all colors. And out of the white, when it is sent through a beam, a pyramid, a prism, it reflects all colors, which we call the rainbow colors. So all colors are born out of white. When we call it white, it's what we call it light. It's a light. And the self is light. So the self we are talking about, the self I'm talking about, is the self that the Christians are looking for, is the self all other people are looking for.
So if you're Monday born within the states, 22nd June to 22nd July, you're white on white. You should enjoy your white.
Yes. So some people like wearing white.
Oh.
Yes. So they really, really like white.
Wow.
Because they know what white can do for them.
Wow.
And that is the supreme consciousness. It directs the mind and thought. It is not the mind and thought, but it directs the mind and thought. And I've told you already that the mind should be directed and the thought should be directed by the self. You understand? So the white, the light which is synonymous to the self. So it's within our being and it's supposed to direct the thought, which is the frequency level, to the level of your manifestation. So that is why when you read the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 27, it said that to whom God will make known the mysteries of this kingdom or something, and then among the Gentiles. And the mystery is Christ in you, the hope of glory. So we're not talking about Christ hanging on the cross. That Christ does not exist because Christ was never nailed on the cross.
So Christ was not hung on the cross.
Never did.
The Christ.
It was Jesus who was hung on the cross, but not the Christ.
Okay. So let's move. We will come to that one day.
Yeah.
The concept of Christ.
Yeah. So that is the highest vibration in the universe, and it directs the mind and thought towards divinity. You see, it directs the mind and thought towards divinity. That's why I said that for God is light. And they that seek in him there's no darkness. So that is how that God they are talking about is light. It's not the sublime intelligence. They are talking about the Christ God. Because the sublime intelligence is not light.
Wow.
The sublime intelligence is darkness. The real God itself.
And the light of the world.
That is the Christ, is the light of the world. But the God we are talking about, sublime God, the sublime infinite intelligence itself is darkness.
Oh.
Yes. And that's what people doesn't know. In the beginning, the earth was null and void, and darkness was there, and the Spirit of God was in the darkness. And out of the darkness, it led the light, and the light was created. And when we read some part of the Bible, it says that for I dwell in the thickest of darkness. And that is why it's a source of life. And because it's the source of life, God is the source of life. And because it's the source of life, that is why everything that has life must be brooded in darkness. That's why we call the womb as the hall of the womb of darkness. When you plant a seed, no seed germinates in daytime. But that's why no fruit pops out in daytime. But that's why not a poppy out.
Wow. I'll be right back as we continue. We are still in the 4th house, which is June 22 to July 23rd. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I hope you are enjoying it. This is so beautiful to understand your house and how colors that resonate with you, things to do. Now, the detailed one will help you know that I am going here this day. This is what I'm supposed to wear. This is what I'm supposed to reject so that I can get the best out of the day or that contract. Let's take it from, I think we are done with the 4th house, right?
Yes, we are done with the 4th house.
So let's do the 5th house.
So the 4th house cannot be measured because it's the divinity of all things. All things come from it and all things return back to it.
Wow.
And it is the 4th energy, that one, which is the resonance of the Christ consciousness, now carry everything back to God.
Wow.
You understand what we call God? So to me, I'm a friend of God. No, Christ never carried everything back to God. That is why he said that I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody goes to the Father except through me.
Wow. So one day we will look at the concept of God, the concept of Christ, so that we understand this thing.
The differences.
Then we look at the concept of Jesus, so we can see where each of them belong, and people can really resonate with that.
That's the problem of the church. They cannot disintegrate them and then know the differences.
Let's push it.
Okay, so the 5th house, which is the 23rd July to August 23rd, is orange because, yes, orange. You know, the sun is yellow, but orange is a product of
the sun.
The sun, which is yellow, because sometimes the sun also gives you that orange red. Because the orange is the mixture of red and yellow produces the orange effect. Now, that color fosters growth, inspiration, assimilation, attraction, courage, and stability.
Wow.
So now the colors that I've mentioned, if they are your area color or you want to inculcate them in certain aspects, you can also place them looking at the subject influence.
Okay.
What is it? They resonate more like when we talk about the 5th house, it resonates more with the 23rd January to August 23rd. Resonates perfectly with that. But when you want to do a business or want to do something that has to do with courage, or you want to engage in something that has to do with stability or something that you need inspiration, then you can use the orange color.
Okay, attraction.
Yeah, it's something that you need to attract people. You can use a little bit of orange somewhere. It will also be them office with paint color, then you say one corner a circle of orange or one corner when you say design.
Or the flower job, yes, you want that color.
Any design. It's conceptual. Because everything, you see, what the eye sees, what the eye perceives affects your thinking field. And what affects your thinking field affects your feeling field. And what affects your feeling field, you manifest it. I met a lady and not saying the man in go organize, I'm the man of book organizing shop to change his car alignment, so check alignment in the oils. You know, saying the man in the say Nikuno Nunyafe, saying see Okasabe, the man should mark now way the Yanka be fatano or be so. He was not talking to me. He was talking to colleagues, our organization or cashier,
secretary.
Yeah, secretary. So after speaking for a very long time, I say, Mr. Woman, do you want your baby to look like you? She said, yes. And I'm sure I can help you do that. So, but what do you mean? How can you make a baby look like that? So it's very simple. I can teach you right now. And so, always just take a mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and appreciate yourself in the mirror. Your child will look like you. I say, I'm saying, yeah, that's all. I said, the reason they all look like your husband, do you chat a lot with your husband? So, yeah, minimum the enumerate time before. I said, boy, so you need him. When you keep looking at your husband's face, the baby perceives the form through the husband's face because he uses your eye as a lens to look. Reduce the amount of time you look at your husband's face. Spend more time with the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at your face in the mirror. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself now in the mirror. Opa, you're into bed. Walk around and say, wow, tell me what you want.
I'll buy it.
I'll give you. And to me, that my channel, Boga went say, no lady, I quite know a fancy who can't know the amount I call baby. Some time ago, after several months, because them call washing my car into organizing when one is a filling station, organizing when a car washing with others. I said, most will be joining about okra. I was like, I just have to be busy with okra. So I have actually forgotten that I've spoken to the lady about that. Oh, bro, okay, I mean, I'm so then I recollected. Suppose I can't. And so yeah, it's normal. I said, so that's how it is. So what you perceive with your optical lens, like the lens you see on the camera, okay, it's only it's looking at things in perspective. Whatever it captures, that's what reflects on the image. And whatever our eye captures is what reflects.
It goes back to the memory. The memory is picking the feed.
When the memory picks the feed, when you print it out, it's exactly what it says is what it's going to print. That's the psychology they use to create.
Yeah, I mean, to us, it's a ukuchafuta so nyefe. Now, honey, can you?
It's a product of yourself.
What the which now, and I know anymore. And never say, if you don't cast a put in a guy, what are now when you say, oh, how come I'm the car?
Because we see me traffic now, same chance I print my semester, print my dear mammy. Now, come on, who are not going to there's no difference.
Munya cameraman, Munya, how yeah. Send when him tears, I need camera.
Yeah, and one said the concept of the camera is the same concept of how our physiology functions. The camera operates on three-dimensional level.
So you were pointing on the fact that look at the tenants we are talking about,
yes,
where if you even don't fall within this house and it's beneficial
to what you're going to do,
please look for that color and fuse a bit of it into what you do.
So
I get it.
So when it comes to the orange, as we have mentioned, up to the level of stability, it radiates at 41,600 per square feet in distance. That's the exertion of energy, a resonance, and vibrates at 506 billion velocity per second. Wow. So that is how the energy it exerts. And all these figures is just to give you an idea
of how effective they are.
Colors in nine are the same. It be more powerful than the other.
Okay.
Yes. So now when it comes to the 6th house, which is August 24th to September 23rd, you use lemon green or yellow color.
Okay.
Lemon green has a component of yellow in it, because when you add yellow to raw green, it will give you the lemon greens, because it will be more towards the yellow. Now that has to do with intuition and inspiration, kinship, because of the yellow being present in the lemon and the green giving us the lemon green. It deals with it. When two colors are combined, then it gives you varying attributes, because it picks a little bit of the yellow and it picks a little bit of the green, so it gives a more complex attributes or benefits. So this gives you intuition, inspiration, kinship, learning, wealth, boosts natural inherent ability, controls the digestive system. So this is what that color does. So when you are born within this space, say you're born between 24th August to September 23rd, make sure always lemon green or yellow is with you. Those are the colors you need to use. Now sometimes when they say somebody color is green, this is some of the tricks you may say. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to wear green color. You can wear the combination of blue and yellow.
That gives you green.
It's still resonating the green color. You understand?
So the primary, your knowledge of primary colors and secondary color comes to play.
Comes to play.
I get it.
And then you either use the we have two divisions when it comes to colors. We have the primary colors of light and the primary colors of pigment. You understand? So you have the cyan, magenta, and yellow, which is the primary colors of light, and now the red, blue, and then red, blue, and yellow, which is the primary colors of pigments. So all is in a balance to produce this effect and this result that we have. So
far as if you are not even getting the yellow, you have these two combinations, you can put it together and to give that same.
So for instance, when they tell you to use a violet candle to do prayer, and then you don't get a violet candle, you get a blue candle and a red candle, you light them at the same time and you're having the violet effect of it. That's how the whole thing is like.
Wow.
So yeah, so basically that is what we have for the that's what we have for the
I think we have the August to September, right?
Yeah, that's what we have for the August to September. So we have September 24th to October 23rd. That their color is light blue, and these people show humanitarian love. So when you are into that humanitarian activities, children's home and not children's home, old age home, anything that has to do with humanitarian services and all those things, these colors you can inculcate them in your logos and all those things. When your letterhead falls in front of a donor agency, the fact that he sees that color alone already, there's a perception, there's an energy that draws him, it draws his
attention to it.
Yeah, so before you begin to solicit for funds, it already has gotten some kind of sympathy for, because the color is having influence on his perceptions. Yeah, then it also has to do, it also has a smoothie effect on the brain. As I narrated, obviously I didn't and that is why if you watch our rooms, one of the most common colors we paint our bedrooms are light blue colors, because of the effect, the calming effect it have on the brain. So blue colors are the most common. The tinted blue colors are the most common color you see in people's rooms. Yeah, because that's what we pass on. But now advancement is coming, and you see somebody paint the side of paint here light blue, no, they are different color, they painted this side and all those things. Yes, I don't know the rationale how they combine the colors to, but I believe that yes, they've seen the civilized people do it, and they just want to do it, and they just do it and put the colors anyhow. But the reason why the civilized people put those colors is that they will say it doesn't need one color. So maybe you know, or this effect or this effect or this effect or this effect or
no, they
are or picking those colors are even the influence of the very environment of the very space that he wants to do the work. You know, not these colors. You know, I just also call certain offices and I will say they have varying colors there. But yes, over here we just do it because we see people. I don't want to use that, but we see the Westerners do it, and we don't
do it. So there's a time that you seek knowledge from the right person, so that he will aid you to do it right. Now, please don't look for him empty-handed. Anytime, in as much as they will come, I'll help you, doesn't mean that go empty-handed. Because when you are coming, you pay TNT. The driver took money from you. You come to spend an hour with a person, and you don't think that you're supposed to honor the person for the time he has with you. One counseling section is 200 Ghana cedi and 300 Ghana cedi. In terms of normal counseling, you're going to see somebody, I have this issue, help me. The person will charge you per session. And this one, look at the fullness of knowledge you're receiving. So don't come and look for him empty-handed. Not because it was on Jiffy, hold an envelope and honor the oil, honor the knowledge he's giving you. Or lecture is very, very important. Afi, young try and come on so. And I also the make coming guy. That is the truth, and that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So let's move it.
Yeah. So as Nyasa is saying, I don't take consultation, but when you want to support what you are doing, I don't.
You have to do it. Let's do it without, and you know, if the person is doing the right thing, this is how it's supposed to be. At first, our fathers will not even ask you for anything. And when they finish and what they gave you was good, you come and bless them. But we have decided, that is why people are flooding us. Because we have decided not to honor the very people who are helping us. They also find a way to get it from us. So if you get one person who will give you that space, please, let's respect it and honor them. Let's give them all the support we can so that they can also reach more people, because they are giving it to society for free. Let's put the next one.
Yeah, so basically that is what it does. It brings mental relaxation and then also tranquility. It represents truth, loyalty, and reliability. It also gives color of inventions as well and calms your nerves. It's when you see somebody is agitated and all those things, just let the person be in a light blue environment. The person should be fine. Wow. And these are things we can even use for stress management and all those things. Yeah. So when you go, let's say when I build a spa, which I intend to, I intend to have a spiritual spa, where it will help people.
So you can use colors, for example, if you know we have lights that can change the same room.
Yeah.
But
the colors of the light.
Anytime you come in, they're looking at your resolution. You know the kind of color to change. So that,
you know, we have what we call the neon bulbs, neon strip lights.
Yes.
So the reason why some of these strip lights were made is because you are going to sleep, and Abafuno, they are too intelligent. So when they do the POP, they have the strip light corner, and then we have the regular light they use. And to do one, the color of rest is blue. So or them are only ready so better. And now I saw the regular lights. But better, I know we do regular lights, white lights, and now I saw strip lights in blue no inside. So better, fine. I've been planning is well rejuvenated. But the strip lights, will be bedroom and the color and red. Now I saw the strip lights when I said in the bedroom. So those strip lights are here for.
I will do
it. Until all this system they created it for a reason, and so all these people will say, yeah, it's not just for decorative purposes. Civilized person doesn't do things for aesthetic or entertainment purposes. They do things for a reason. So they are giving people, before we didn't have, so what the issue was that before then they have a bulb, they created a bulb that has the switch.
Yes. So
you put your regular bulb and they put your lucky color or your rest bulb inside. So then you switch. But they are advancing all those technology. But unfortunately, outside of that, because you are so ignorant about these things, we just use it for fun, for beauty, for aesthetic qualities. But we don't use it for the essence and the reason why it was invented, and so that it will serve us.
So why I have 3-4 kids in a room, sleeping in such an environment, they have 3 beds in that room, they are sleeping there. Which color will you use? Is it just the light blue to calm all of them down?
This is the sickness of poverty, because we should not even have, and also we should have 3-4 kids sleeping in one room. And the normal circumstance, say, a maximum 2 kids in one room. So now, I also have my kids sleep in one room. So we are not as rich as where we can have a mansion and everybody. So what I adopted, I counsel people on is that the particular portion and corner that child see, when you know the child's lucky color, you can create its environment in that space. You understand? You can also
you bring let's say a divider or something.
No, you don't divide. Use the color scheme.
Okay.
So the wall color scheme. So that's why in Canada there are varying colors in color there.
So where this one sleeps, the color is there.
We are the color blue. Now it will be an bed now. Now I strip it one side, blue strip, now the bed, no extra blue strip no more. Also the color will have a direct effect on him. Another one, any color pink, and now I strip it pink color. That's why quite sure for them are a dozen a down back, they multicolor the room. Everybody picks its resonation. Then their bed sheets, you can use their bed spreads, their pillowcases,
those colors,
and those colors that is resonates with their.
So it will not be like the light anymore, but then the colors are still present around.
And then most of the time, when it is those colors you're talking about, they use the strip colors,
the multicolor, and at the same time.
No, it's a green, but blue, but to be any day or funny day with time. Watch out, so be funny day with time. So you have to take advantage of the technology we have in the system
and use it,
and then use it according to your knowledge. Because technology is like crude oil. You have to refine it to suit whatever you want it to use. So when I say, "Oh, pick this knowledge," but don't say, "Bakuya pink, Bakuya red, and Bakuya yellow." Obviously, where they are going to sleep, you're going to have pink, red, and yellow color combinations in that room. And we all have that. That's the problem of poverty. We don't have that much money. I can't 3 kids everywhere, 1 bedroom, 1 bedroom. I ain't know what I say. So we need to manage the space. This is intelligence.
Yes,
and that's but it's good to because and then the Japan okay, so now we are looking at it calm your nervous system. And so you are very nervous. You know, be all crappy banana also be you let the person be fond of using the light blue shades of colors. Then it's going to help. Yes, when it comes to its density. It's at 51,110. 51,110, and when it comes to the rate of its velocity movement, so that is how it will.
So it's 622 billion velocity per second.
That is how fast it can travel. But know that we are dealing with color. Color is light. Color is light. Color is the fragmentation of light.
That's why you're using that term.
And light travels.
The speed of light.
Yeah, that's why measurement. The highest measurement is in the speed of light. Yes, but now we've transcended the speed of light within the inner circle. Now,
October to November, 24th October to 22nd November.
Yeah, and these people they are influenced by the same red color. Now the red color symbolizes love and energy,
as you said in the other ones.
Whilst in a dark shade, denote bloodshed and war. You understand? So when it's mixed up with black, donates bloodshed and war. You can you explain to me why?
Because the red stands for that I don't know, is it the heat?
Yes.
And the dark means bad things can happen. So when you put it together,
thank
war.
you. Because the black comes from Saturn, and Saturn has to do with.
Oh.
So when you shade a red color, that means you are putting black. You are picking Saturn's energy and putting it in that essence. And Saturn told is confusion, war, misunderstanding, destruction. So when you pick the black color and you put in the red, it gives you that war shit and all those things. It's not saying particularly red and black. You understand? Yes. So that's that. And yet, particularly red and black, no motion, but it is giving them that energy. You must understand, and I keep saying it, I've said it over and over again, that this world, this manifest creation, as I see so I want, everything is energy. There's nothing physical within manifest creation. Everything is energy. Wow. Energy. Wow. When you take an apple, say apple a full, let's say tomatoes will be tomatoes or onion. Say onion a full bulb, and that a chair. You trim into two a prontem.
In even 1 week, not a cup.
Yes, but at our full, why is it that? Because energy not a woman, because it is full, it is trapped, and to me exited. We trap na open for now, we be open way for the energy. So as the energy exits, there remains a problem because it's the energy that keeps it fresh. Wow. And that is why to conserve the energy, Abrafo invented a refrigerator because cold conserves energy. You understand? So all these things, they are there, and these are the things our educational system does not teach us. So we are producing engineers that cannot invent because they don't understand the dynamics of existence. I said you have to understand life dynamics, and when you understand life dynamics, inventing things, they are very simple and yet complicated.
These things, so
if these things they put together, they understand.
If you want your kids, your child to be intelligent, I will check the date of birth and all that, and I'll create that room that.
Yes.
So I'm a decorator, right?
Yes. Look at, can you imagine? There's something we spoke against. Now they are changing it. For years, about 10, 15 years, we were talking against. How can you teach a child with a blackboard? You're killing the intelligence of the child. Because black doesn't produce intelligence. Because when a color hits black, when a light hits black, it holds it back, it doesn't reflect it. When light is intelligence and color is light. So when you are teaching a guy intelligence, and the child is looking at a board that does not reflect light to it. But teachings or education comes in the ray of light. And that is why most of the people we produce are not that intelligent. One, that is one thing. Two, it gives us a lot of eye problems. But we kept on gazing on darkness, which pulls light in. It's putting the light from our brains and it's never reflecting light back to our eyes. So with time, now they change it to whiteboard. Now they're using whiteboard with marker, which is also not too good. It's better than the black, but it's also not too good because that one too is in the excess of it. It's the extreme of it because it's also throwing all the light back.
So what do we need?
So you need a green board or the violet board.
So if you go to universities, they use the green board.
Yes. Before university, they use the green board. But one, the green color you are watching is helping your sight. It's keeping your mind in a balance, so you are always concentrated. Pay attention. Oh, you're black no, it's disrupting our ability to sustain focus and concentration.
2 + 2, 6 + 7.
Oh, Hannah. Because where his focus is to look at the question on the board, the thing is disrupting his concentration focus of the brain. When most of the schools now they use green board, but the best of it that you have to use is the violet board.
Do we have it here?
The violet board. I don't know whether they have it, but they should have it. But violet board is you get the board and paint it violet and use white chalk, and that's the best balance combination. You understand? So the best we have to use is violet. But I know a few organizations that is a special school like this. For me, I intend to have a special kids training center, and I'm not going to use any other color apart from green or white, green or violet boards. You understand? Because those are the things.
So if I have a white board and I'm using violets to write, as in the pen.
Yes, in the reverse.
For a start.
It can work, but we are looking at the dominance. still the light that will be thrown will be more than what the person will be observing.
Okay, so if I get a board and I paint it in that color, use a white chalk.
That is fine. That's fine. And that's better. Or at worst, let's use the green. At least that is what we. And so won't say our world is evolving, but sometimes when I look at the way our people do things, recently almost say educational curriculum and all this, what the whole curriculum? I say, what is wrong with that? What you want to say? What is wrong? Yes, there are a few things in it which we have agitated, we've spoken about, which they inculcated, like critical thinking and analytical thinking. They are fine. You try to balance your horizontal brain, because our brain are two-wave brains. Some is thinking vertically and one is thinking horizontally, which is the critical thinking and analytical thinking. So that's how the brain functions. So you understand the physiology that, yes, when the brain is thinking analytically, then it's thinking from the feminine aspect, which is the pineal gland level is resonating energy through the magnetic field. And when the brain is thinking vertically, is thinking the electrical aspect of your personality. So that's how. So when we begin to understand these things, I call it life dynamics. These are the fundamental principles. Who understand the fundamental principles? You'll be amazed that all these inventions, and yes, you offer ice here, then when you're ash, maybe so a clay. But how do they sustain the energy in it? You understand? Bulb. Have you seen a bulb with an expiring date?
Bulb, no.
Yes, because it's energy. No. Isn't that better? Einstein can be. You say, in the light of knowledge attained, with all its glorious achievement, is only a matter of task. And any intelligent student can grasp it without any troubles. But the years of anxious search in the dark, prolonged effort, and exhaustion in confidence, and the final emergence with the light, only those that experience it understands it. That's just like, so you need to understand that life is based on principles.
Let's continue.
So yeah, so now we talked about October.
So we are on the.
When it comes to the energy density per square feet is 39,180, and it resonates at 477 billion velocity per second. That is how it resonates. Now, the November 23rd to December 21st, you use dark blue. Dark blue is shaded blue. When you say, well, if you want to have a dark blue, that means you have to add a little bit of black color to the blue color. Not to have dark blue in art, they call it shaded blue.
So blue black.
So blue black. Yeah, that's the dark blue, becomes blue black. It gives you psychic ability. You use that color to train, like see if you want to develop a psychic development, you want to give somebody psychic development, train the person psychic to develop. It's one of the things you can gaze on dark blue color, you understand? And then it gives progress and huge business ideas. So like this, one of the things is if we can even use for business, if you want a new business idea, just as you think of the business idea, just focus your mind on a shaded blue color. Because it's going to transmit certain, because if the color is resonating, nothing is static within manifest creation. Everything is vibrating within manifest creation. So when you want to have, you can just gaze on this. And whilst you think on that, your business idea, gaze on a dark blue color. The idea will come. The business idea will come. Well structured. So yeah, so
somebody like that can add a purple, which is the ultimate, right?
Yeah, that's the purple they call the violet.
The violet, yes.
The violet family, yes. And the violet, we know that there's already blue in it, because it's the red combined with the blue that gives you that purple family. I think with the purple, the blue is a little bit more. With the purple, the blue is a little more, but with the violet, the red is a little bit more. So the purple gives a little bit of a darker shade than the distance.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it influences.
With this one, you're speaking my language.
It influences optimism and then boldness and generosity. Yeah, so when you are going to do fundraising and you are an NGO, you're going to do fundraising, you get a white, how do you call it? The tables, you put a white table, then I get a flower vase of a dark blue flower vase. Anybody says that it's already, because the white clears the person's thought of purity, and then once the white clears out his thought or man has been neutral. What I say, then the shaded blue turns out that there's a need for you to assist. Do you want to have for some dinner? I don't be fundraising dinner and the colors they set the tables.
Wow.
So we particular events be a table cloth cover table covers and we use gold color. We use this color. The point is that
we
watch and do.
So
we see sing-a-thon, we see marathon, we see stand-a-thon, and the tontons are going. We are always imitating. But everything that is happening with the manifest creation, there is a purpose and a reason why it happens. If you want to do what somebody is doing, you have to study the intelligence behind what the person is doing.
Well, stop it.
Or don't do it. Because whatever you want to do, you must first be the thing. If you don't be the thing, you can't do it well. So before Mensah decided to do Mensah TV, it became something. Something took place within himself before he started the Mensah TV. He didn't just look up that I want to do Mensah TV.
You keep on doing back to back.
No, something was going on within himself. And when the thing was fully matured within himself and it became that thing, he decided to roll out the Mensah TV. If you watch him rolling out Mensah TV and you are going to roll out Casa TV, okay, go. Over 1 year,
you don't see anything.
Only 4 subscribers.
Wow. So I got it.
Okay. Do we continue from
there? From there. We are still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, about to talk about the
So as we were saying, the next one we are going to deal with is the
inventions
and then the truth. It also deals with truth. It also has a cooling effect and seductive effect. Now its density in terms of energy density concentration is 51,110.
Which is too intense and dense.
Very dense. Very dense. And it is 622 billion velocity per second. It said most singers and orators vibrate blue due to its effect on the throat.
Okay.
Because of its effect on the throat. So that is what it is. Now we're going to go to December 22nd to January 21st. And the color is green.
Green has appeared again.
Yes, because green is also strong. I think it's the next to the violets and then the dark blue. Now it's king of colors because that is how it holds. We already talked about it holds all the colors in a balance with a restful energy by nature. It preserves eyesight. We talk about all those things, so we don't need to make much time about it. It has a calming effect on our nervous system, and it has a general healing ability.
Wow.
So that's what the green is, just like what we discussed in the previous green color when it comes to Venus, I think the second house. And its density has to do with 47,460. That's the density, not the velocity. The density has to do with
so its velocity is rather 577
billion per second.
Wow.
That's how it is like. So when we have shown you how to the various ways you can.
So in this January you have to be more green in most of the things you do.
Yes. From now to 21st,
you have to be in that.
Yeah. So now when we come to the last but not the least, the 22nd January to February 19
is the last but one.
Yes, last but one. That is the indigo or green. You can either use the indigo or you can use
still green.
Or green color. It indicates healing, love, friendship, trading, and teaching.
Okay.
And how those first. So who set it school? You can use some of these colors. In place of that way. As we said, because of the green content in there, it works on your high side, heals eye inflammations, syphilis, severe headaches. You see, so that family. It deals with brotherhood, loyalty, response, and gentility.
So when it comes to group activities like that, you try to do indigo
and all the
greens.
And then you try to put other, depending on the group, what group do you intend to form? What is your objective, your mission, and what you intend to achieve? So the group will have other indigo or green representing the group, the fraternity, then you look at the objective of the group, and then then you have to look at color
resonating with that.
Say a group mobile spirituality, then you look at some color which is resonating with spirituality. It's a color group about business society, then the business environment, you have to look at secondary color which is related to
blue, black, and stuff like that.
Then you add it to this one to complement it and to keep it in. So that's the whole thing. So the density per square feet is 47,460.
Okay.
And then its velocity ranges
from
577 billion per second.
Wow.
Now the last one we have is February 20th to March 20th. And the color is violet or blue.
Okay.
Violet or blue. And you know that blue is in violet. Because blue,
so if you pick violet, you're good to go.
Or if you want to use only blue, but I would prefer use the violet because you have an element of blue in it and you have an element of magenta or red in it.
Influence of truth.
Yes, it influences truth. That is why when you talk about the crown chakra, they either represent with white or with the violet color. Because that's the highest vibratory level, and that level is the level of silence. So yes, it truth, science, and serenity. You see, it gives you that. That's why when you are meditating and you get to the level of the crown, there's that kind of sereneness within yourself. You have that inner tranquility and inner peace. You are just grounded in inner bliss and contentment and joy because of that serenity that comes at the level of the crown energy because of the vibration of the violet color.
Wow.
You understand? So that is the thing you have to deal with. It also has a healing virtues in it. Wow. It has some level of healing virtues in it because the violet. That's why there are certain society we call them the violet flame. I don't know if you have heard about that.
Yes,
the violet flame that they profess the I am vibration. The Saint Germain, the Saint Germain societies.
Okay.
You understand? That they use the violet flame, do the archangel
invocations and
all those things, using the power of the I am within themselves, which is so that is how it is. That it also has a little bit nerves issues, and then sometimes it can deal with confusion of mind. You understand? Yes, when there's a little bit of confusion of mind. Spiritually, blue also stands for upliftment. As we have discussed the blues and all those things already. And deep intuition as well. So that's why we don't want to do inventions and all those things. You can use the blues probably. See, and as we said earlier on, it influences singers, orators, teachers, lecturers because it rules the truth. That's the blue color. Wow. It rules the truth. So that's how it is. Like when it comes to its density, when it comes to energy, you have 51,110. And the radiation, that is in terms of velocity, is 62,000 billion. That is the highest.
Wow.
All of them. So now, this is what we have for all the various 12 houses that we are on.
Okay.
Now, each color of the house we have mentioned, we call it, when you come to astrology, we may call it your lucky color. Because it best resonates well with that particular house. So you use that.
So I can combine 4 colors, 5 colors based on what I'm doing.
Yes.
My color, my month color, the house color, the purpose, everything.
Yes.
If we add it to it.
Sometimes people does some colors. What's wrong with this? But the color doesn't blend at all. But it doesn't care about the blending. It cares about the objective. So when people say what dress was check colors, because the color is name. What you say in NBA? What would you say in NBA? And what sometimes celebrities and they can dress some off-color combinations. Have you noticed when you watch these Hollywood people and all?
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But when you don't do any beauty, any fainting all year, or yet to achieve something in life. What I say?
Tijay sa na ma point on sano. Uni hwe ho. Obi dressing na we go dressing. Obi almost kakra do dressing. You don't understand.
They do things with purpose. Until on dressing but so no.
You know go have
camera never bar. Camera magazine never no that magazine no.
You know, go there and keep on watching how people dress and just replicate them. That is why you are poor. You're poor because you're doing what others do. You're not doing what will help you.
Yeah, and
Okay, so
people should, this is the last of the 12 house, so people should take note of their various colors in the various houses. And that's why I explain, they should try to combine them with the other colors in their field, but they must always maintain their personalized color, what they call the lucky color. They call it lucky color because it best vibrates with you. It gives you the highest vibrational frequency. That's why they call it lucky color. Because what is lucky is anything that syncs well with you, and then when you do things, it makes you have the results and the good things you expect. Your expectations come into materialize. That's why I call it lucky. So good luck. So that means that when you are going, whatever you think and whatever you want should come into materialization. So that's the reason why they call it lucky color. But actually, it's your resonation color. In the real technical term, is your best resonation color. So you must always maintain your best resonation color, and then complement it with other colors depending on what you want to do, the objective, what you are doing, and sometimes even the partnership. You get the whole thing.
I get it.
A lot of people, they do weddings and channel wedding they collapse. Because most of the time the colors, the wedding colors they choose is the foundation of their own confusion. Okay. If you want to choose your wedding color, your partners come into union, and the wedding is the symbolic celebration that will determine the success of what you are doing. You should be able to understand the person's color and your color, and then the two color brought together with other protective color around it to do the celebration. Oh, we paint gold and white because it will be a gold and white.
He goes online. They go online. Look at other ceremonies online, pictures and all that. When we people do wake up, immediately then they take it to the designer, say, do this for me. I want this kind of decor, and that's it. Thank you so much, and I want to know if we want to get in touch with you in terms of your knowledge of sharing, and again to get direct contact with you for issues like this for detail. This is just an eye opener. So if I want details for my children, if I'm building my own house and I want you to tell me how I should do the designs and the colors in the house and all that, how will I get in touch with you?
Yeah, and if anybody wants to do some of these things, be it wedding combination, house combination, children and all those things, they can contact us on 0243 732861 0243 732861. You can contact us on that, or maybe go to the Way Networks and they will have all the contacts.
Wow.
But that's the normal kind of recollect of it. So when they go to the Way Networks,
the other numbers are there. Yeah. The Way Networks is on YouTube. It's a channel. Go there. There is more information as we're discussing. There are more other information there you can learn. As and when we have time with Mr. FP Mensah, so much knowledge will be shared with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I know you've learned a lot. This is Nyansa TV. Remember to subscribe and share. We are here to wake up as people. Bye for now.